Hello and welcome back to the Pipercross YouTube channel and a brand new episode of Take It All In. Now today we're going to be profiling our performance panel air filter. So in this episode we're bringing Luke back in to give you an insight into how to fit the product and why you should fit the product.
Whose car are we fitting to today?
It's a biggie today. We have to be on our best behaviour because it's the boss.
We're going to be on our best behaviour, ultra serious today. No fighting.
No memes.
No memes, no funny stuff.
Nope. No.
Serious.
No light antics. Can't do that one. Serious.
So last time you made me remove a headlight that did not need to be removed. I'm guessing none of that today with Chairman Stacy.
I like to see how far I can push my luck, but you know, we'll be on best behaviour. Promise, boss.
So we're fitting a performance panel to Stacy Defender.
We are, yeah. So this is our Heritage range of filters. The Heritage range is made up of a 3-stage dry spec foam. The reason we do this is it allows for a multitude of fitments in different environments. If you've got a slightly higher dust environment, you can always do all these with our C9000 cleaning and oiling kits. But this is what we find works for 90% of the environments that you'll ever try to fit this to in a car, essentially.
What happens now?
Camera.
Oh. Morning television.
So this is by far the cleanest and biggest vehicle in the bay we've had so far.
Is it clean enough?
It is clean.
I saw your previous video. I was a little bit concerned.
I have a problem.
So I cleaned it myself. I'm Stacy Truin. I'm the chairman of Pipercross Performance Filters. As to what I'm doing in the Dev Bay, I'm very honoured to be in the Dev Bay. I'm not usually allowed in here, and I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
We're going to show you how to fit your own air filter today.
Oh, okay.
I know. Bizarrely enough, you don't have the Pipercross panel filter in your vehicle yet, so
no.
It needs some upgrades.
Excellent.
Now you leave your keys in here and you're shutting the door.
Yeah, and?
Is that not concerning?
You're moaning at me for leaving my keys in my car in a Dev Bay of a company.
Yeah, but what if it locks?
Oh. I don't even know if it has that feature, Luke, to be honest.
Well, let's just err on the side of caution. Maybe it does.
Good news is...
Crisis averted. We're back in the realms of Dale.
I feel a little bit like this isn't going to be the first time I'm going to be told off today.
No, there's no turning off.
Can we get one of your diffuser things down here just to like...
So everyone just cut to some tranquil music for a second. Step 1, open bonnet. Got to find the latch, it's in the middle on the underside.
Do you know what, I'm really not showing myself in the greatest of lights right now, am I? I did this before. Oh, no.
Right in the middle.
Where have you put it?
I did move it, my bad.
You've done this on purpose. Honestly.
Just there.
It wasn't there before.
You can let go of it.
Oh, thank you.
Step 2, what tools do we need? Nice and easy, when we're doing a panel filter, you're literally going to be just removing the airbox lid. Might have to loosen the hose clamp to pop the airbox lid off to give you a little bit more access to make life a bit easier, but that's about it.
How many spanner ratings is this?
This is a 1.
A 1?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those. It is probably one of the most basic and mechanical things. 90% of the air filters on the market will just have a very easy access, top access airbox to get to, so.
Even for me?
Even for you.
So I can do this one?
Not this one, no. We don't want you touching this one.
Before we do that, do I need to read in some instructions? I'm not having you take the front of my car off and then you tell me to read instructions.
No. So
for the purposes of the tape, are there instructions?
No, for the purpose of the courts, there are no instructions for said application. It is just an airbox removal, this one. So Erin learned his lesson. I'm hoping everybody else has learned their lesson from Erin.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed.
we'll probably go with the ratchet and then we'll get a long extension. We want a T25 Torx,
okay.
a 7mm socket, and then we're just going to go for a longer extension. That should be us.
Marvellous. I've just noticed your pink trainers.
They're bleached coral.
Bleached coral?
Yeah.
You've gone up in my estimation.
Thank you.
I feel like you're in touch with your feminine side all of a
Always
sudden.
have been. Probably next step is some
To find
steps.
some steps.
Yeah, I mean, if we take a Stacy perspective on the car, it's definitely big.
Can we get some steps, please?
We can get some steps. Let's find you something. Push the little button in on the back of the handle. That's it.
There we go. These are fancy tools, Luke.
That's the end. That's the handle.
That's the
You
handle.
need this end. Take two.
I think there's probably a better way of doing this, but it's using
If that works for you.
all your fancy tools.
Next, if we're going to take off the whole airbox lid to give ourselves access, we're going to want to pop off the MAF sensor at the back here.
Yep.
That is literally just that clip pops out and then you push down and take out.
You say this, it should just slide off. Once again, I feel like I'm being set up here, as if by magic.
Okay, so then swap your 7mm on the extension out for the T25. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 T25s in the top of the airbox.
Now I'm getting into the flow.
The ratchet, yeah. Cool. And then we've got 3 more on the back side of the airbox, so you might want to move, if you can see it from there, or do you want to move your steps around to the other side?
I love that. Do you want to move your steps around?
Well, you know, it's access required, so.
Yeah, okay, well let me just... This is the bit where I'm going to disappear into the engine
There's
bay.
every possibility you're
So-
about to become one with the Land Rover.
So, there'll be missing stickers all over. She was quite a nice boss, and then
Yeah, she was well loved and respected.
she disappeared.
So you've obviously been involved in filtration control for a long time then?
Nearly 20 years.
With your dad previous, who I worked for, and then I went away for a bit and then came back, and you are the one I work for. So gone full circle with that, but
Although sometimes-
still enjoying the air filter game?
Absolutely love it. Every day is a different day, particularly with you crazy guys about.
We are a liability for sure.
You are indeed a liability. You know, we've got so many plans and we're moving at a tremendous speed. We've got dealers that we're taking on across Europe. We've got dealers now in the US.
Certainly for me, coming back over the last year and a half, the growth of Pipercross, I think just in the last 2 years, and the investment back into the brand from filtration has been, you know, certainly for me a key factor in coming back and the excitement for it all. And I think it's been resonated now globally that people can see that, and for you to see that from where it used to be to where it is now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're reinventing the brand. It's just a whole fresh approach to everything that we do. We're investing heavily in our R&D. As you probably...
Tutorial videos.
Where you make people get a bit of a sweat on. Yeah.
Good news is lunch is provided.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, all the time.
Well,
Anytime you come for a day in the bay, lunch is always provided.
Well, I'm getting taller.
Sign it off at the end of the month.
Oh, yeah, that's it. There'll be enormous expenses, Bill.
That's fine. So you touched on where we're heading with the brand and what we're doing with it now, the global expansion, the big US sort of push and everything else. But what's your memories of the brand from where it used to be?
So, you know, obviously I grew up in the brand. Pipercross as a business actually became part of the wider filtration group in the 1980s, which was, filtration was actually established by my father. Now, Dad was a Cosworth engineer and he was part of the team working on the DFV engine, which was the Formula One engine that Cosworth produced in the mid-1960s to the early 1980s. He got into designing and developing air intake kits within Cosworth, which then morphed essentially into establishing his own business, and Pipercross was a business that they actually took on to expand into the automotive sector.
Okay.
So really, Pipercross for me is something that I've grown up with. At one point we had a shop. Do you remember the Pipercross shop?
I do, yeah, down in Peacock Way area, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we had a Pipercross shop. So there's all sorts of things that we've done over the years, and I just remember Dad coming home with all sorts of T-shirts. My favourite T-shirt actually when I was 12 was a KK3000 T-shirt. Now you're going to impress me by telling me what a KK3000 was.
KK3000, weren't they off of the original Heart DFV stuff?
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
something like that. But I had.
So I mean, we're still the only people ever to have made the Heart DFV filters for the old Formula 1 engine stuff based off the original Cosworth bits that your dad did. So.
And of course that's the heritage, and one of the things that is really, really important to us as we go forward, as we move forward with the brand, is to try and educate as many people that we're not just all about the aesthetics, even though I quite like the aesthetics, to be honest.
Carbon's nice now, isn't it, with the Air Max?
Yeah, we like all of that, and Air Max obviously our brand for the carbon range. But what underpins Pipercross is over 30 years of engineering ingenuity, and that's what we really try and weave into the fabric of our business and what we want to do going forward.
Sure.
So we just think it's so important that there's brains behind the science, Luke.
Oh,
Yes.
this is me, sorry, yep, 100%.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So what I didn't tell you was this was going to be part of a live appraisal.
excellent.
Yeah.
Good, I have some points.
Good.
Please start. Where do we think I am? Where do we think we're going? You know, when's my Urban turning up?
Well, if we get you in this is a baby Urban. This is a baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So this is a 2 litre.
Okay.
250 brake horsepower, diesel. Top speed of about 119 miles an hour, which is great when you get yourself
Tested
in a
on the Autobahn.
Autobahn.
M1.
The
M45.
auto coming out of my daughter's school barn.
There's a whole lot of G-Wagons, Range Rovers, you know, that's why you went for the slightly tougher, more rugged approach, wasn't it? You know, you need to clear
This is all part
debris,
of
let's call it.
the apocalypse strategy.
I get it.
No. So this is the baby. This is fine. This is good for me. You need one of the V8s.
I think we need to go bigger.
You need a V8.
And the reason we need V8s is because there's too many electric cars now, I think.
Absolutely.
And we need to start offsetting
Yes. Well, you've heard
the
of
electric footprint
Absolutely.
back the other way.
I feel a little bit like this is the anti-electrification movement.
It's something I'm quite passionate about.
I think you are, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You made it very, very clear to all of us here at Pipercross that you are very passionate about the anti-electrification movement.
Yeah.
Which is why we won't talk about the other car that's on my drive.
No, but good news is, from a Pipercross standpoint, with ingenuity and engineering,
Yes.
whilst we can't make air filters for the electric vehicles,
No.
we do have a great range of cabin filters coming soon, Pipercross cabin filters, to come to an Amazon shop near you very soon.
Yes, yes, indeed. No, that's. Oh,
There it is. Just got to use all those mum muscles. Mum muscles are the biggest muscles because you carry the kids around so much. Shopping, prams, your own handbag.
are you actually going to list every single pink job?
I like the pink jobs. I used to love that whole side of things.
He's come in coral pink trainers and he's talking about embracing his.
Jesus God, what do they put them on with? The amount they break down, you'd think they'd come apart a lot easier.
Do you want me to get the instructions?
No, so if you just now pop that up, and then you should be able to slide out that front edge there.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So, as you know, standard paper air filter serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Works well in OE applications, does what it needs to do, but we make better filters. We do it for longevity, performance, all the good stuff. On this application, the foam will be facing down and the mesh will be going up.
Okay, and I noticed that we're using one of our Heritage range.
We are. So perfect for this type of application. The Heritage range is made up of the 3-layer dry stage foam, which works perfectly for the everyday, normal sort of commute and everything else.
Now, is this going to get me any more brake horsepower?
Technically, whenever you add more air to an engine. ECU should recalibrate itself to allow for a little bit more freedom in that sense. With a direct replacement panel filter, I've seen it in the past, to be honest, anywhere from 1 horsepower to 15. It really does depend on the type of application, the engine, ECU, turbo, whatever it might be. On a diesel, it tends to give a cleaner burn, so it can make it slightly more efficient in cases. And that's what we're really looking for, really, is just try and remove those tiny little bits of restriction where we can. This isn't a full intake like we've been doing with like the Air Max range with everything else. This is purely a longer life filter for your vehicle. It's giving you more efficiency than the OE filter, and just hopefully just that tiny bit of extra performance that you can get.
And saves you money over the lifetime of the
It does, yeah. I mean, service interval wise, when you look at this, you're generally replacing your OE paper panel filter every sort of 10,000, 12,000 on a sort of yearly service interval. The foam air filters you can leave in for a good sort of 30, 40k before you need to bring them out, and then you can reuse them, clean them, wash them, put them back in, and you're ready to go again. So essentially a lifetime filter for your vehicle. Now we are going to basically do the reverse of what happened at the start. So we need
just
to
do me a favour, just check I've not done
we're happy,
silly.
we're sat.
Just please.
So
Okay.
we start on this front one here. Just until you feel it's got a nice purchase, and then we can always go around and double check everything afterwards.
So for most people, fitting a panel filter will probably be the first thing they do to a car, modification-wise. What's something they should look for before investing in a panel filter or looking into the world of filtration?
I think we touched on it on some other videos before. For me, no matter what you're doing performance-wise to a vehicle, any modification, make sure your car's healthy to start with. It's probably the most fundamental key point of any sort of modification. You don't want to start doing anything else that could change how that vehicle works if it's not running right to start with. So just make sure it's all good to start with. Regularly serviced, health check, looked after. The panel filter is, like you say, probably the first step in most people's modification journey. It allows a nice sort of good first mod in terms of airflow, bit of performance, everything else, but one at a very price sensitive point. You know, you're talking our Heritage range, circa £35 for a panel filter, but you're also getting a lifetime, so technically you're saving a lot of money over the course of that vehicle with the servicing. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, really. It's probably the easiest thing you're ever going to do to your own vehicle. Basic set of tools always get you around being able to do this. This is just like a common sort of maintenance type thing that you could do with your car. If you're confident doing like a first service on your car or change everything else, that's where this really fits in nicely.
No, I'm going to try without my steps, because I think the fear of disappearing into the engine bay was quite real. So instead, I'm literally on my tiptoes. Okay.
That's it. And then we'll bang the engine cover back on and you are good to go. Nicely seated, there's no lips anywhere in terms of it's not been put in off centre or anything like that. So yeah, happy with that. And how would you find that? Easy?
That was really easy.
Yeah.
Is there a catch?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
This is it. It should be as simple as that. Like I say, there's the odd application where they're a little bit more in depth, and that's more down to how the manufacturers designed the airbox and everything else. But to be fair, fairly straightforward. You did it with, I mean, 2 pieces of equipment, a socket and a Torx. You know, it is that easy. It should be.
My ladder.
You know, we're not pulling engine component after component out of a vehicle here. We are literally concentrating on one area.
Thank you, Luke.
You're welcome. There you go. And you see, now you can even, I feel like you've grown in this video that you can now reach the back of the engine bay.
It's incredible.
This is what I give, you see, height.
Height. Stature.
Shut it, take it for a drive.
Oh yeah, Stacy, how would you rate your experience with Luke? Was he fair, a good teacher? Because he wasn't so much to me.
I know he wasn't, Erin, and I really...
That's unfair.
No.
No?
Do you know where our HR office is, don't you, Erin?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Since that video,
Yes. I do encourage you to go and seek some assistance for that. But
Good news is they know me quite well in there.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought that you would give me a harder time.
No, I need this job.
And you know, you're part of the team, and we want you to stay part of the team. And
It'll be good for everyone.
yes, it will be. But no, you didn't make me do anything
No.
silly.
No.
Most of the things that were silly were just purely down to my own ignorance and
I'd say it's probably
lack of
just
experience.
well, a minor gravity issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you could just, leave everything on the way out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, you're still mic'd.
Thank God she's gone. Right, let's have some fun.
So that's it for this episode of Intake It All In. Now in this episode, we've shown you how easy it is to install a performance panel filter to your car. Now comment below with any questions you have about airflow, intake systems, or even panel filters, or contact your local Pipercross specialist. Now like, share, subscribe, and tap that notification bell to be notified when the next video is uploaded.